Kingdom Hearts and mods have a very frequent history with each other. Kingdom Hearts mods have been being made for a little over a decade, well over a decade potentially. And for years we've had things like Kingdom Hearts 2 randomizers, playable character mods, model swaps, costume changes, and little itty bitty stuff here and there. But Kingdom Hearts being on PC has brought Kingdom Hearts modding to a level that I think I would probably say is the peak. Because beforehand, you had a lot of modded content, mostly available for older titles like Kingdom Hearts 2, primarily that game, Birth by Sleep, but it was very limited. And while there are a lot of modders in the community and a lot of content creators and people who were able to play the mods, the amount of people in comparison to now there is none. There is no comparison. Mods are accessible to a point now where if you have a mid-level gaming PC and you own Kingdom Hearts 3 or own the other Kingdom Hearts games, you're able to just mod the game as much as you want. And right now this is being proven with games like Kingdom Hearts 3, which was a game that mostly had a very limited modding experience. There were quite a few mods available already on the PlayStation 4. However, the route to get those mods and to be able to do stuff with those mods yourself was an annoyance, to say the absolute least. So that's why you only saw very few people and content creators talking about it. But now to have this accessibility with mods, it creates a sense of longevity for these games outside of just the regular gameplay and story experience we all love. That just makes Kingdom Hearts as a series more replayable, more fun in general. And I'm so happy I was able to come home and experience some of this stuff for myself. You guys remember earlier on in the year, I used to make quite a few videos, late last year as well, about like some playable character mods that were going around in the community for Kingdom Hearts 3, mostly for the PS4 version. After Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind, modders in the community later that year were able to play as characters like Roxas or Aqua or Riku and even some others in areas that you normally weren't able to play as them as. Most of these characters being restricted to 1 or 2 fights at most, but through mods being able to play them in any position, any fight, gives us an experience that we've never had before. And especially on the Kairi side of things, we all know I love playing as Kairi in Kingdom Hearts 3, to the point where I even had a little like phase where I was speedrunning through the Remind scenario and spending like hours learning that armored Xehanort fight at the end, trying to figure out how to do it a little fast. I was just obsessed with the thought process of being able to play as these different characters against the Data organization or against the Azora or even against, you know, people like Dark Inferno, just anywhere outside of the fights that they're already in. And now I'm able to do that, and it's so cool. This being through the power of mod menus, very similar to the ones that were available on the PS4 version or used for the PS4 version, but now accessible to everyone else. And it is so awesome, and I just want to say thank you so much to the modders who were able to even make this possible in the first place. You can add a bunch of party members at your command, create some cool dream fight sequences, even teleport to different areas. It's so cool. It's so cool. There's a couple different mod menus out right now that you can check out on Nexus Mods. I believe that's the name of the modding site. But just shout out to a lot of the modders involved with some of these menus, with some of the strives made with Kingdom Hearts 3 in the first place, like Luce, Critic Perfect, Blaster Grim, Xi Blade. These people have all done so much to make things like what you're seeing on screen even possible in the first place, and I'm sure there's many others as well, because the modding community for Kingdom Hearts is pretty huge, a lot bigger than you would think. So if I'm forgetting any names, please let me know. All links to those mentioned, however, will be in the description down below. Please go ahead and check them out, subscribe to them, follow them, because a lot of them are making more mods even now for you guys to experience, making some pretty cool stuff that you might see a lot of videos on in the future, and will likely be able to play yourself even if you own Kingdom Hearts 3 on PC. The crazy thing about the mod menu being a big thing is that it only scratches the surface of all the mods that have been made in just the past 2 weeks of Kingdom Hearts 3 being out on PC. Sites like Nexus Mods holds a plethora of content you can use to customize your Kingdom Hearts experience and just mess around and have some fun. These mods by no means replace the original experience, but they're all add-ons that I love quite a lot that just make the game more fun. Heck, maybe in the future, I mean, a lot of things like this happen in the game development world, where mods that become super popular end up becoming ideas for future installments. So who knows, maybe we could see some of these mods like in a bigger light from Square Enix themselves in the future Kingdom Hearts game. And all of that, you know, starts well here. The Kingdom Hearts community is truly just one of the most ambitious communities out there, and there's already some even crazier stuff being made that I'll likely cover in some future videos, because every day when I wake up, honestly, every time I open up Twitter nowadays, when I'm scrolling through my timeline, I'm constantly seeing just new mods, new textures, from memes to model swaps, characters, mechanics, levels. Like, it's all pretty insane how ambitious, how much the Kingdom Hearts community, the modding community, is grinding with this. And you guys are just awesome. Just to everyone in the modding community, you guys are awesome. You're amazing. Link down below to some of the modders in the community whose mods I've been using recently in my live streams and in some of my videos. They're in the descriptions of those videos as well, but will also be in this one, so please go ahead and check them out and show them some support. And in the future, for any other mods I cover on this channel, that will also be the case. You'll always be able to find where the mod is from in the description. Seriously, if you guys have not experienced some of this stuff, you have to. It is so fun. What I've been messing around with a little bit more, I've been messing mostly around with the playable character stuff. I haven't been doing too much stuff with party members or custom arenas or anything, but I've been mostly doing like little challenges like Data Org Kairi, Data Org Roxas, Aqua, Riku, etc. Stuff like that, because that tends to be the type of stuff that I'm really interested in, because I want to see like what these characters who were, you know, designed originally for 1 or 2 fights, how they stack up to the organization, to Xehanort, Yozora, to give me a level of appreciation for some of the mechanics, the minimal mechanics I want into these characters and how they can be utilized. And I'm actually finding out some pretty cool stuff about these characters and getting experiences out of these characters that I didn't get in the original fights they were playable in, which were still fun, but this is definitely showcasing some new light on them, and I really am interested to see if or how characters like Kairi, Roxas, Aqua, Riku play in future Kingdom Hearts games, specifically Kairi, and I'd probably say Roxas or Riku. Aqua generally plays similarly throughout a lot of KH games, but I want to see how some of these mechanics evolve, what it would be like if they had their own ability menu, what it would be like if they were able to switch keyblades, how form changes, you know, yada yada. That's like the interest I've been having in a lot of the playable character stuff, but there's just a lot of mods that's going around, which once again, if you want to check them out, you can check them out on a site called Nexus Mods, I believe that's what it's called. The link will be down below in the description regardless. So if you want to support some of these modders, please go ahead and do so. But I just wanted to ramble about how much fun I've been having with mods with Kingdom Hearts 3, and how cool it is that mods are even this accessible in the first place, and how much fun I'm just having in general. I might do another follow-up video about this with a more specified topic, but this was just me wanting to air out just how I've been feeling the past couple of days since I've gotten home and doing these live streams. It's been such a blast, and I thank you guys for all the support recently in the live streams and in the videos, and thank you to the modders who have allowed me to experience this in the first place. So that will be all for today's video though. I really do appreciate you guys for coming out. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, share the video with a friend or a family member, and last but not least, if you have not already and want to become a part of the union, all you have to do is hit that subscribe button down below. And wait, before I end it off, we do have like a lot more community type videos coming soon, some about mods, some about certain fan projects or animations that you'll be seeing pretty soon. This year I definitely want to put a big spin on more community focused content, because we talk a lot about the story and the gameplay mechanics of Kingdom Hearts, but there's a lot that goes on in the community as well. There's a lot of different people who I'm friends with, who I talk to, who make some pretty cool stuff, whether it's artwork, whether it's mods like these, or just anything else you can imagine, music. There's a lot of creative people in the community whose work is amazing. But with that being said, my name is Prodigy, and I will talk to you guys soon. Peace out, you guys. Bye.